Hello students, welcome to history class. Ninth standard first lesson sources of history. History helps us to study the past and to know about past events. We need documents, books, various pictures, paintings to know the information. Means through these things we will get information. So the things from where we are getting information is known as source. So sources of history. So that means suppose we want to know the information about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. What we will do? We will take books, reference books. We will visit forts to get information about Shivaji Maharaj. So that means all these things are called sources through which we are getting information. So till now we have studied the history of ancient, medieval, and modern India. This year, we have to study the history of India in the post independence era. So, that means ancient history, means about ancient civilization. We had some things which were excavated, and through that, we were getting knowledge, we were getting information about ancient civilization. But now we are studying about modern India. So that means obviously the sources must be different. So sources of modern history are different from those of ancient and medieval history. We can study history with the help of various sources like written sources, material sources, oral sources, and sources in the audiovisual medium. So here sources, written sources. So written sources, that means newspapers are there, periodicals are there. Sometimes some leaders write diaries, then newspapers. So many more written sources are there. So we will get information through these written sources and we come to know about past or history. Material sources, so that means coins, then your clothings, they are the material sources. Some seals are also through which we are getting information about past, that is also acting as a source of history. Oral sources, so that means through oral sources we are getting information, for example ovis, songs, folk tales, folk songs means traditional songs, and the information passes through these oral sources generation to generation. And sources in the audiovisual medium that we are also using nowadays. So that means all these are the sources to get information about history, modern history, which took place after the independence, means post independence era. In the modern period, we have to take note of various sources at the regional, state, national, as well as international level. So that means we have to study about the regional level history, state level history, national level history, as well as international level history. So that means we have to learn about all these histories. We can write history with the help of these sources. First one is written sources. The following sources are included in the written sources. Written sources: newspapers, periodicals, diaries, reference books, correspondence, documents in the archives, government gazettes, postage stamp, encyclopedias. So that means through newspapers we are getting information. Suppose means today today we see newspaper, we read newspaper, but tomorrow it becomes history. When we read yesterday's paper, that means it is also history. So what happened yesterday, that we get through this newspaper, and the same paper if we read after the 10 years, So we will also get information about that day only. So that means it is also a source of history. Periodicals. Periodicals means what? Released in 7 days, sometimes it 8 days, 15 days. It is called periodicals. Through these periodicals, also we are getting information. Diaries. Through diaries, also we are getting some events, some incidents are written there. So we know, we get information about the past only. Reference books, as I told you, if we want to know about the we want to know about the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So we have to see the many documents, many reference books, and then accumulate all the information, and then we will realize what valor Shivaji Maharaj had. So that means reference books are also giving information. Correspondence, that means various letters, various books are there through which we are getting information. Letters, that means Shivaji Maharaj and Aurangzeb, they were writing letter to each others. So that letters are also preserved in the museum, preserved in the archives. So it is also a source of history. We are getting information through this correspondence. Documents in the archives. Archives means what? The place where historical documents are preserved is called archives. So that all documents are preserved in these archives. Government gadgets, that means the government orders. Rules are written there. So all people they are following. So when we see the same gadget, same order after the 10 year, we come to know about past. So that means that contemporary era, which rules were there, which orders were there. So we are getting information through this event. Postage stamps. Through these postage stamps also we are getting information that is published by government only after the periodicals, means many times some events are posted there. So through these pictures also we are getting information. Encyclopedias, that also giving us information. That means the various um, detailed information about one topic or information about various topics given in the encyclopedia. Means Wikipedia is considered encyclopedia. So the place where historical documents are preserved is called archives. The main office of the National Archives of India is at New Delhi. It is the largest among the archives in Asia. Just as newspapers are considered the fourth pillar of democracy in the modern period. So which are then tell me, which are the three pillars of democracy? See, the first one is executive, second one is legislature, and third one is judiciary, and fourth one is newspaper. If we consider the period from 1961 to 2000, we see that in the beginning there was no alternative to the print media, especially newspapers. Only newspapers were printed, and we were getting information through newspapers only, means print media. But nowadays we have a electronic media, through which means through the net we are getting information, through website we are getting information nowadays. But in 1961 to 2000, during this period, only newspaper were there, and through that people were getting information. With liberalization and widespread use of internet in India, an alternative for print media became available. So that means nowadays the net users are increasing. So that means automatically alternative for print media has become available nowadays. So we are using website, we are using internet, and through this electronic media we are getting information. Yet the print media still continue to be powerful. Still we what we see, still newspapers are continuously, it is a powerful newspapers. Through newspapers we can get information about national and international affairs, politics, art, sports, literature, and social and cultural affairs. Means through newspaper we are getting all types of information. It may be national level, it may be international levels. All types of information we are getting about the politics. About the politics means about the leaders, about the political parties we are getting information, which political party is active and what they are doing for the people. Means all that information we are getting through newspaper. Art, about art also we are getting information. Then who got award, that also, that information also we are getting newspapers. Sports, about our, about cricket games, about volleyball, about football matches. Means all types of information are printed in the newspapers. Then social and cultural affairs means many natya sammelan. Then many more cultural affairs means cultural events are happening around us, and that is printed in the newspaper and we are getting about that. Means in short what we can say, what is happening around us, everything we about that we are getting through newspaper. Nowadays we are suffering from the covid-19 coronavirus. About that all information we are getting through newspaper. Newspapers contain matters related to human life. Most national newspapers have started their regional edition. So that means some papers are national level. They are published national level. Means India Express, Times of India. But nowadays, like a Lok Satta, that is also regional newspaper that is also published. They publish supplements that give information about various topics, newsletters of various movements, dailies or weeklies of political parties, monthly and annual magazines are important among the print media. So that means supplements are also published through which we are getting information about various topics. Dailies, so that means a daily newspaper. Weeklies means the paper which is published in 1 week. Then it also gives us information about political parties. Then monthly supplements are also, annual magazines are also. Through these annual magazines we are getting what events, what incidents happened through this year. So all types of important information, important events, important incidents we are getting through these annual magazines. Some newspapers produce special supplements towards the end of the year that take an overview of the important events of the year. Such supplements help us understand the important events of the year. Means which issues were suffered by India, which events happened throughout the year. That is printed in this type of supplements, that their importance also we are getting through these newspapers. Press Trust of India, PTI. After 1953, the Press Trust of India has been an important source of primary details of all important events and of articles on important subjects. Press Trust of India has provided reports, photographs, and articles on financial and scientific issues to newspapers. So that means Press Trust of India. It is plays an important role to give information. So that means all important events and articles on important subject, that is also printed. Then means it is a one type of means people united, all the related to press, all the people they came together, they come together, they share their information. Suppose I got some information um, about what's happening in Bombay, in Mumbai, so I will share that pictures, that news to all those who are those people who are related to this press, so they will publish this type of information through their own regional paper. So that means everyone will get the same news through this. Then financial and scientific issues to newspapers means uh, Press Trust of India has provided reports, photographs, and articles on financial and scientific issues to newspaper. So that means somewhere there is a corruption, that is also will be given here. Then scientific issues, that means some research they are going on in our country. So about that even also given in the newspaper. PTI has now started its online service. During the 1990s, PTI started using the satellite broadcast technology instead of teleprinters to send news all over the country. Just now I said you. So that means they are giving information to others. So that means through teleprinters. Means in the beginning through teleprinters means like fax information we are sending, but nowadays we are using satellite broadcast, and through this we are getting information. This material is important for writing the history of modern India. Means all these things means written sources, then this Press Trust of India, newspapers, they are acting as a source of history. Now here we can see government broadcasting department, that means published one annual reference book called India 2000. This is a reference book and it is created under research, reference and training department, and it contains various types of fields. So for example here given, it contains useful information about land, that means about India, its people, Indians, national emblem, political system, defense, education, about education, means everything related to India, cultural events of India, and and an account of the development in the field of science and technology, about environment, health and family welfare, social welfare, and many more subjects are included in this reference book. Next, postage stamps. The postage stamps don't reveal anything on their own, yet a historian makes them speak. There have been several changes in postage stamps since India became independent. So that means that postage stamps, every time we or government keeps changing. So that means according to the events, according to the incidents, there are changes and they are giving us more information. Several changes in postage stamps since India became independent. Postage stamps reveal a lot to us about changing time due to the variety in the size of the stamps, the novelty in their subjects and color schemes. So, for better understanding, I have added some postal stamps here. We can see here, see the various types of stamps we can see here. That means according to that event, the postal stamps are changed. Here we can see, look at this students, to the right side of my, here again, one 25th anniversary of independence. That postal stamp is published here. Next, various types of stamps we can see here. For the better understanding, I have added this. Next here, Silver Jubilee All India Radio. So that means the postal department issues postage stamps on a wide variety of themes like political leaders, flowers, animals, birds, and event, or the silver, golden, diamond jubilee or centenary, bicentenary, tercentenary of different events. So we can see here different themes are used here. See, we can see here, look at this stamps, various types of stamps. Here Surya Namaskar. So that means these stamps are giving us more information about that contemporary era. So that means they are giving importance to yoga even. Next here, 25th anniversary of independence. In the remembrance of this 25th anniversary, postal stamps are published here. It is therefore a valuable repository of history. Now here, do you know, the Indian government issued the Jal Cooper stamp in 1979. This is the person, Jal Cooper, who was an internationally acclaimed philatelist, that is an expert on the subject of postage stamps. That means a person who is collecting, who have a hobby of collecting stamps is called philatelist. So this postage stamp, that means here we can see the Jal Cooper postage stamp. It shows us the contribution, what contribution he have made for India. So to salute him for his contribution, this postage stamp has been issued. So sometimes many others leaders postage stamp also we can see here to show the contribution of that leader, to salute him. This type of postage stamps are issued. He founded the Empire of India Philatelic Society. Philatelic Society, that means he collected all the people, those who are collecting stamps. And he went on to write many books on this subject. He gave a scientific bent to his hobby. So that means he collected all the people whose hobby is to collect the stamps. He played a means important role in taking the study of Indian postage stamps to the international level. Having started his career as a postage stamp collector, Cooper achieved a expertise of a philatelist at the international level. The postage stamp on Jal Cooper is an important source to understand his significant contribution to this field. So that means just I said you,
to see what contribution he have made for India. So we can see, when we see this postage stamp, we realize, we come to know the contribution of this person. Material sources. The following sources are included among the physical sources. That means material sources, that means we can touch that type of sources. See, coins, places of worship, that means temple, things in daily use, royal seals, ornaments, museums, clothing, and modern architecture. These are included in the material sources. Now coins. Through coins also we get information about the contemporary era, what types of metal they were using for coins. We get information by seeing that coins only. Places of worship means temple. Next, things in daily use. Suppose about Mahatma Gandhi, what he used to wear, that type of, means his specs. Then that charkha, what we say, that charkha, that was also he was using, means daily things he used. Through that also we are getting information. Royal seals, like Shivaji Maharaj royal seal. Next, modern architecture means modern buildings we can see, and through that also we are getting information. Clothing, that means we get information about what type of cloths they were using. Then museums and ornaments, means through museums also we are getting information. All types of things are kept there, various types of paintings are there, various types of books are also there, various types of pots are kept in the museum. So through that also we are getting information. Ornaments, which types of ornaments were using in those contemporary era, that information we are getting through the material sources. So about royal seals, we can see here Shivaji Maharaj royal seal. Okay, next, coins. We can understand history with the help of coins and the changes in the printing of currency notes. Reserve Bank of India prints the notes. It has its headquarters in Mumbai. Means Reserve Bank of India have authority to print coins and currency notes. So on every note we see, means we can see here. We can see here the note. We can see here note. What is written on here? Here is written Reserve Bank of India. It is written. This type of notes are valid to use, so we cannot use duplicate notes in markets. And it has its headquarters in Mumbai. The coins from 1950 to those used at present, the metals used for making them, their different shapes, the diversity of subjects on them, together helps us to understand the important contemporary issues in India. For example, coins to convey the message of population control, and coins commenting, and the coins communicating the importance of agriculture and of farmers. So here we can see old coins. If we compare to those of current coins, we can differentiate between two in terms of their size, shape, and metal used to make them. Even subjects are also different on these old coins. We can see corn means subject always conveys some message to us. It shows that our country is agricultural country and itself That means it is self-sufficient in terms of agriculture. Also conveys importance of agriculture. Sometimes it conveys issues of our country. So that means we can differentiate between current coins and old coins. So it also act means no coins also act as a source of history. Museums. All states of India have museums that depicts the characteristics and display the cultural and social heritage of the state. They enable us to understand history. In museum, various objects, artifacts, paintings, pots are kept or preserved for future generation so that we can show that to the future generation and future generation will get information through this. We can study all these things to get information about past or history. For example, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum at Mumbai, Reserve Bank Museum. For example, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum at Mumbai, Reserve Bank Museum in Pune city. Apart from the government museums, some private collectors also set up their own museums. They are based on distinctive subjects, for example, coins, notes, lamps, and nutcrackers in different shapes, cricket equipments, etc. Means those there are government museums, but some persons, some people, they like to collect various things and they also set up their own museums. Those people who are collecting various objects, they have a habit of collecting coins, stamps, old currency notes, lamps, and nutcrackers. So we can see here various types of nutcrackers. See, we can see here various types of nutcrackers we use to cut nuts. In Marathi, we can say it is a adkitta. Then cricket equipments are also collected. In 2011, we won the Cricket World Cup match. World Cup match. If we preserve the bat which was used by Mahendra Singh Dhoni or gloves, suppose stumps for next generation to see, then after 10 years people can see which types of cricket equipments were used in India so that means museums can act as a source of history. Oral sources. These sources include folk tales, folk songs, proverbs, ballads, and ovids. Marathi verses in the oral traditions. Means oral sources. These are the oral sources, folk tales, folk songs, means traditional songs are composed to pass our traditions and culture to next generation. Our sons also composed ovids, abhangas to impart education to people. Activists were Activists were inspired by the povadas of Lok Shahir Annabhau Sathe and Shahir Amar Sheikh during the Sanyukta Maharashtra movement. Sanyukta Maharashtra movement till 1960 Gujarat and some parts of Maharashtra was one state was called Bombay state. Maharashtrians wanted Sanyukta Maharashtra means separate Maharashtra with Mumbai in our state. So agitation started by common people under the leadership of Lok Shahir Annabhau Sathe and Shahir Amar Sheikh. These common people were encouraged by the povadas of these leaders. So these are the oral sources and through which we are getting information. And oral sources also act as a source of history. Now here we can see an example is given here. Auhan poem, which is written by famous poet Kusumagraj. In this poem, she described the warlike situation between India and China in 1962. It is an example of an how some event gets reflected in literature, means this poem also act as a source of history. Audiovisual sources, television, films, internet are called audiovisual media. Many domestic and foreign television channels are also come under this head. For example, History Channel, Discovery Channel, etc. Means audiovisual media gives more impact on people and gives more and more information about history. So far, so far that many domestic and foreign channels are available to get knowledge about our country as well as about the whole world. Channels like History Channel gives us history of the world and the country. Also documentaries give us knowledge about past events or what were the issues faced by our country. Then Discovery Channel, National Geographic channels are also publishing documentary on various subjects. Film and Television Institute of India, FTII. The Government of India started the Film and Television Institute of India at Pune in 1960 with the purpose of providing public education. The first film was shot by Dadasaheb Phalke, then many people started to make movies and to educate people regarding to filmmaking. Government started organization called Film and Television Institute of India at Pune in 1960, through which people should get education about how to write script, how to direct film, about acting, how to use cameras, then started to make films and documentaries to educate people. This department has also produced various documentaries on prominent social leaders, on people who have made major contributions for the country and about important locations in India. These news releases and documentaries are useful for studying the history of India. That means these departments also provides various types of documentaries. Their subjects were different. The subject means on the prominent social leaders also they started to make documentaries. Indian News Review has produced various documentaries based on important events happen in our country. It may be about politics, social issues, art, sports, and culture. Documentaries on prominent leaders. Suppose you want to know about Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, you have to read various books. Some are not interested in reading books, so it will be easy to watch film to study about them or to know about that personality. So that means it becomes these documentaries are also useful to provide information. Suppose we want to attract tourists, means what is given here? Important locations in India, means on people who have made major contributions for the country and about important locations in India. If we want to attract tourists for tourism, we can produce a documentary on Maharashtra state through which we can show scene-worthy places, tourist places, temples. So many people will get knowledge about various locations of Maharashtra. One advertisement you might have seen on TV, which reveals the culture and tourist places of Gujarat, MP, Rajasthan states. By watching this, people should visit these places. So this advertisement and Documentaries are useful for getting information. So, documentaries are useful for studying the history through which we are getting information. Till now, we have seen some important sources for writing the history of modern India. The times in the 21st century are changing so rapidly. So, that means we are also experiencing this. So, how rapidly this century is changing, that even these sources will prove to be inadequate. That means what are sources we are using, that may be proved to be inadequate. However, new sources are coming forth. For example, during the transformation from landline telephone to cell phones, a gadget called pager came up for contacting people. So that means before this, before nowadays we are using cell phones, but before that landline was available. But after the landline and before the cell phones, there was one gadget which was called pager, that was came up for contacting people. So that means through which we could pass only messages. So it was not so useful. So that means we could send only text messages. But it died out as quickly as it had come up. The huge amount of The huge amount of information available on the internet is used for studying history, but the truth and authenticity of this information needs to be verified. Means by using reference books, we have to verify this information. We are getting information through internet, but all informations are not proper. Sometimes they are fake information. So we have to prove that, we have to verify that, we have to use various reference books to verify this information, and then afterwards we can use this information. Now it has become comparatively easy to study history with the all these sources, as these sources are from the contemporary period. They are easily available. They are easily available because we are getting these sources from the contemporary period. That's why we are getting information. They are easily available. Since a subject like history touches all the aspects of our lives, efforts for preservation of such sources are made at all levels. So that means all the documents which are kept in archives, suppose they are misplaced, then we will not get all this valuable information. So government transforming these documents into PDF form so that it will be useful for future generation, or scanning documents to preserve it in PDF forms. Governments, they are taking efforts. So that means we should also contribute to this effort. Now I am also using this PDF file to teach you. It is called ebook or digital book. So it is also our responsibility to preserve all this information or documents. So same goes with the forts of Shivaji Maharaj. They are our monuments of India. We should preserve them for next generation to learn about Shivaji Maharaj. So that means our efforts are also needed. We should also contribute to this effort. So students, I hope you understood the lesson. If you find any difficulties, let me know.